Hello, fam. How are you all doing? I just want to apologize for last week. I did something that required to meet up. Let's start off with these videos.
Yes, I got divorced after being married for 75 days because he portrayed to be somebody that he wasn't. And then once we got married, he got in his mind that I was his wife. And so my wife needed to work all the time. Mind you, I'm a successful woman. I got my own thing going on. He's also very successful. He's an attorney, he was out in the community, involved in the church and kind of got religiousy. But he was a narcissist and he wanted things his way, and he thought because I was his wife that I was gonna adjust my entire life around his. I went his house, he had stopped cleaning up. It was a mess. And he said to me, "Well, you're my wife. You could come to my house and clean it up." Mind you, we hadn't even had the opportunity to move together yet. But I just started to see him for who he truly was. Like the man started to fall off, and I knew that it wasn't getting. I don't condone staying in marriages thinking that it's gonna get better. If that person shows you very early on who they are in that marriage, leave. Because it wasn't no sense to me. I wasn't finna drop it out. I wasn't finna drop that out. And to a divorce attorney, he didn't do it right purposely because I was married. But I ended up filing for the divorce after 75 days. hmm
Older men. I mean, like men like twice my age. The common thing that I always notice is like in reality, these men really hate their wives. They love their kids, right? But they genuinely hate their wives, bro. Or baby moms, whatever they are, whatever they have. Because when they're describing to me their wives or just their situations that they have going on, they just the look in their face is just straight disgust. And I'm just thinking to myself like, you put yourself in this position and you only have yourself to blame.
You can teach, you can correct. You must avoid marrying these women.
Good point, actually. But just one question. How do you know you're a good leader? Who automatically made you a good leader? Why do you think out of two people in a relationship, you are the one?
Avoid marrying a woman. You can lead, you can teach, you can correct. You must avoid marrying these women.
Good point, actually. But just one question. How do you know you're a good leader? Who automatically made you a good leader? Why do you think out of two people in a relationship, you are the one who automatically becomes the leader? That before? What if you're the retard in a relationship? Avoid marrying women you cannot teach. Why? Is she not educated? Did she go to school? What didn't you teach her? Didn't her parents teach her? Marry women you cannot correct. Why? You people don't see women as things that can make decisions on their own. They are more like things that you own. Like children that you want to bring up or raise entirely on your own, which is really creepy and very unwise. Which is why I don't believe the bullshit in the Bible or in religion. You come to someone. No, you're not one. Patriarchal religions have always and will always treat women as things that men should control or men should own. That's why you're saying stuff like lead, teach, correct. You're talking about a full-fledged adult that has a life of her own before she met you. Come off your asses, bro.
On this good internet talking about biblical marriage, I swear I'm going to ask who, which one? Let me tell you something. If one more person comes on this good internet talking about biblical marriage, I swear I'm going to ask who, which one? The one where the man buys the wife like property? The one where she gets no say-so in who she marries? The one where a woman gets handed over to her husband and his concubines? Or where you marry your brother's wife to preserve the family line? Because let's get real. The Bible does not present one single model of marriage. What it does present is a messy, patriarchal, and often painful account of how humans try to figure out commitment in the context of culture, not covenant. See, we love to throw around that phrase, biblical marriage, as if it's this clean, neat package tied in holiness, wrapped in truth. Is what most people call biblical marriage is really nostalgic propaganda, a way to keep women under control, keep queer people out of the conversation, keep power in the hands of a very specific group of people. Let's get uncomfortable for 1 second. In the actual Bible, marriage was more legal than loving. It was transactional, not relational. Women were handed off, traded, and sometimes captured in war. Autonomy, ha! If a woman got great, the man could just marry her and pay her father. Love, ha! That was optional. Never required. Romance, that's Disney, not autonomy. So when we say biblical marriage, what are we doing? We're using an ancient cultural expression to enforce a modern political agenda. We're confusing tradition with truth. We're elevating the structure above the spirit, and we're trying to put God's name on our personal discomfort with the evolution of love. But here's what God actually does honor: covenant, faithfulness, integrity, sacrifice, commitment, whether it looks like Adam and Eve or Ruth and Boaz or something. Honors when two people come together with the intent of love, not when they check off to appear holy while living miserable. So hear me clearly. Marriage is sacred. But biblical marriage as a one-size-fits-all mold, that's not Bible. That's branding. A branding campaign run by patriarchy, fueled by white Western colonialism, and marketed as divine order. So no, I'm not here to piss y'all. I'm here to step on your toes. I'm here to free the bondage of religious exploit that God never did. Pull out the power grab masquerade rating as theology. Stop calling it biblical when it's really just comfortable control. Talk to you.
We do everything together. We're practically in a relationship. So why haven't you made it official? We eat together, sleep together, bathe together. We do everything together. We're practically in a relationship. So why haven't you made it official?
You want a relationship?
It seems like you do too. We're practically in one.
Look, I like you. I do.
Oh, here we go.
But I don't want a relationship. I want a best friend I can sleep with, shop with, build with, travel with, hustle with, make money with, all that. I want a partnership, a partner in crime. Somebody that if I do lose everything, she will still be there. No matter what. Relationships overrated. But partnership, all the way. All the way.
That was deep.
Thank you.
Poetic.
Believe it.
You thought of that all on your own, huh?
I did. I did.
You know what I want?
What you want?
I don't want a salad. I want lettuce, tomatoes, cucumbers, bell peppers, and Italian dressing. Salads are overrated though. But a shredded vegetable medley in a bowl, yeah, I'll take that all the way, 100%.
I see what you did there.
You hear how that sounds?
It sounds like a great salad.
It sounds stupid. You just basically took the word relationship, switched out the relation with partner, but it all ends in ship. See, it all meets in the same place.
I mean, not really. Because when you think about it, relationships don't really last long, but partnerships is a lifetime.
Okay, so they're different. They're different?
Completely. I don't think you get what I'm saying when I say I want a partnership. A relationship, everybody's in a relationship. Not everybody is in a partnership.
Okay, yeah, I like that.
But we committed to this partnership.
But not to one another.
No, we committed to the partnership.
Okay, yeah, I like that. Okay, so since it's separate and you still want me and all my time and everything that comes with me and all my time, We can go ahead and do a partnership. That's gonna cost you though.
How much?
4,500. Yeah.
Okay.
And I need it today by 5. Or I'm gonna charge you interest rates. Call it a transaction ship.
Okay, everyone. Hello, Angie B baby. Hello, Lady Azure. Thank you so much for joining my live stream. I decided to play those videos. I would want to believe that you had a smooth video. I'm not sure because on my end, it seems like the videos were breaking. So I'm not sure if you watched the video smoothly, it was a smooth play, or you had hiccups. Okay, I'm gonna start off. Hello, lovely heart. How are you doing? I will mute the person here because there's a background noise, and then I will unmute you when it's ready for you to participate. Shows the background noise. There's a noise where you are. Okay, let's start off with the first video clip we watched. Let me know in the comment section if you had a problem with the video clip. Let me ask the person on here. Lee, let me know please. Did you have a problem watching the video? I want to be sure that the people watched the video and they got the message.
Yes,
Can you
my
hear
video
me?
was clear. It was very clear. The video was clear.
It was clear. Okay, okay, that's
Very
cool.
clear.
Because at my end it wasn't. So I'm like, I think it might be clear over there. Okay, let's start off with the first video. Someone said 75 days should not have gotten married in the first place. Ladies, please, no marriage soul. What if she didn't know he was that way? My own focus is on the fact that she summoned the courage to leave the marriage when she found out the true person he is. And I think their marriage was very different. She said they were staying separately. They were not staying under the same roof. I'm not sure if I heard clearly, that was what I heard. So it takes a lot of courage for you to walk out of a marriage that is that fresh. You must be someone that has a deeper understanding to do that. Because what people usually do, they don't even consider themselves. They are more worried about what people would say, how people would perceive it, what their pastors are saying, their siblings are saying, their parents are saying. They don't usually put themselves first. So it's interesting to see that or to hear that the man was demanding all that, given that they were not even under the roof, under the same roof. Just imagine what would have happened if they were under the same roof. Marriage for me is partnership. Okay, I got her point now. Okay, she said marriage won't change a man. Yeah, it's obvious she knew who he was and she was hoping he was going to change. People don't change. But people do change if they want to change, but you cannot change someone that does not want to change. And people often, or he was asking her to do things for him like house chores, pick up after him, clean for him. That's what he was asking for. And she just could not understand why. She had her own thing going for her. He had his own thing going for him. They were not under the same roof. She's like, no, this is not what I signed up for. Practically feeling entitled to her services. her domestic services. That was basically what he was doing. So she said this wasn't what she signed up for. So yeah, she ended it. And it's not like the that trait just jumped out of him. From what she said, it's something that she saw, but she was thinking that he was going to change, given that he's educated. I think she said he's a lawyer or something, an attorney or something, if I'm not mistaken. So, given that he's educated, so she was thinking he was going to think differently and not act like every other man out there. So she ignored the red flags she saw and was hoping for the best. The reason why so many men out there act almost the same when it comes to marriage is the mindset they have. To most of them, marriage is about service. They are not the ones rendering the service. Women are the ones to render the service. If you become successful, go get married. If you're broke, go get married. You need a woman. If you're confused in life, you don't know your life direction, go get married. It's like a woman is the one that steers you in the right direction while she serves you. Like she does that as your servant, not as a partner. I don't even really want to go into the whole church one, the one that spoke about the whole biblical thing. We've spoken about this countless time on this channel. But let's touch a little bit on the one that spoke about if a woman is not going to let you lead, teach her, don't get married to her. Leadership is a huge task. It is a huge task. Imagine you demanding that another human let you lead them. It takes a lot for someone to trust you to lead their entire life. Men don't get it. You have to prove yourself that you're worthy of leading. Don't demand it. They don't get it. You have to have the skills. You have to meet that person's requirement. That person you want to lead, you have to meet the person's requirement. But no, they want it to be automatic because they are men. They would often say you can't have two captains in a ship or in a boat. I don't think we women have problems or any issue having a man lead. The question is, what type of leadership is that? Is he willing to offer? What kind of man, what kind of head does he have on his neck? You can't be a retard. You can't be someone that don't think. You can't lack critical reasoning. And you're out here demanding to lead. You can't be a selfish person. You can't be narcissistic. And you're demanding to lead someone. Even lead someone that knows more than you do. God did not say that it's been ordained, written somewhere that men must know more than women. I believe to God, men and women are his creatures. So anyone can learn, can know more than anyone, depending on your exposure, your experience. There is no monopoly to knowledge. So it's not about you thinking it is an automatic thing because you are a man. I hear this all the time because I'm a man. No, it should be more about I've got the skills, I've got the qualification. It should be more about the man trying to convince the woman that you're in a safe hand. I can do this. Not demanding it. Talking about, oh, if she can't allow you to teach her, don't marry her. Like we are kids, like we don't have our own brains, like we can't think for ourselves because we are women, like we can't do things for ourselves, like we are limited when it comes to the brain. The infantilization is crazy. You often hear men say, and a woman, that's how they be. That's how they behave. They don't have sense. They have fish brain, which is wrong. Regardless of the gender, human beings should be seen as humans. And when it comes to relationship, it should be something you agree after having a conversation. You don't demand it. If you begin to demand things from your partner, it means you don't respect your partner. You feel like your partner has no voice. Your partner is brainless and senseless, can't think. That's basically what you're saying. Yeah, someone is on the screen. You want okay, yeah, let me share the link. You can join the conversation. Sorry about that. Please, if you want to join the conversation, that's the link in the comment section. Yeah, so you don't demand, you have conversation, you discuss. And if your partner says, no, I don't want you to lead me, then it's okay. No, you're not in heaven. Kendra, how you doing? Sorry, I'm trying to put up this and it keeps coming. Sorry about that. Kendra, how you doing? It's nice to have you here. How is Australia today? Thanks for joining the live stream. Okay, I've forgotten what I was saying anyways. I was talking about leadership. Meant saying if a woman cannot let you lead, if she does not let you teach her, don't get married to her. It's crazy. There are some men that don't know their left from their right. When it comes to marriage, they want to lead. I'm trying not to talk about a popular marriage that I wouldn't say popular, a marriage that got popular because of their divorce on YouTube is a Nigerian couple. People had a lot to say about that. The man had a lot, according to the story the lady told us. He was gambling, he was a cheat, was making wrong decision. He infected her with STI more than 3 times. At some point, she lost her pregnancy because of infection from that man. And then when she said she was done, we had some group of African women bashing the woman for leaving a cheat. I'm like, when I talk about how we women, we are our own problems, sometimes people don't get it. Some African women, some Nigerian women that are YouTubers made live video to tear down a woman that is crying for help, saying, why would you tear your husband's passport? Why would you choke up? Have you asked yourself what led to that? Sorry, it's like I'm just giving cut and join conversation. Let me just leave that because I would need to narrate the story from the beginning to the end for you to understand what I'm saying. So I don't think it does make sense for me to be chipping it in. It's very much unfair because you don't know the full story. So let me just forget about it and focus on the videos we just watched. Then the very last clip that we saw, they were talking about partnership. If you watched that video, let me know what you think about it in the comment section. The man is claiming he wants partnership. He does not want relationship. At, at first, I was confused. What do you mean? The lady said, we do everything together, but you don't want more. Say, I don't want relationship. I want partnership. Even when I don't have anything, you will still be there. More like a ride or die. Ride or die. Where are you guys riding to? What's the end goal? What's the destination? Um, Big dog. I'm forced to assume that you are a man. There is no man hate in my space. My space is not about man hate. We talk about what men do to women. My space is about creating awareness for women. My space is about talking about men psychology. So women will understand how men are, how the society have conditioned men. This knowledge will make it easier for women to navigate relationship with men better. Without this knowledge, you get into relationship thinking that because you are a nice person, you want a good relationship, you want to build, you're willing to bring your best foot forward. You would assume that because the man is a human, he should think the same way, which is usually not the case for us women. Men are conditioned differently and they see relationship differently. I'm talking to what's the person's name? Big dog. Yeah. There is nothing about hating man or hating not hating man. That's not what we do here. We talk about what men do, how men think, how they operate. To a lot of men out there, relationship is a game to them. So if you're not comfortable with the conversation, please kindly move away. Such comments I don't like. And please don't leave another one. Thank you. True, I do agree with you, lovely heart. To be honest with you, I was so forced to the point that I had to join that live stream. I usually mind my business. I couldn't take it. I couldn't take it. I was so pissed that I had to join. I'm like, I don't even want to bring all this attention to myself. I looked for a different YouTube account. I even said that this is not my account when I joined the live stream. I couldn't take it. I had to ask them, what is your problem? It's hatred. They were upset that this lady was asking for GoFundMe. Okay, let me just quickly say the story. Just a quick summary. So this lady is a Nigerian woman. Her husband is a Nigerian man. And where do I even start from? She's a family vlogger. So her story is not today. It's like if you've been following her channel, it's been I've been following them for over 5 years. So it's not just one story. There was a time she went to Dubai to work as a makeup artist and all that. She said while she was there, her husband cheated on her. And this man is broke. He's broke. She had to put the man in, and she had to speak to her aunt to accommodate this man and her child. While she was there, making sure he comes over, the man was busy cheating on her. When he finally came over, she refused sleeping with him. The same pastor that has been pushing her, they advised her, oh, forget it. You might be thinking too much. She said her body was telling her that this man has done something. She slept with this man, got pregnant, got STI. She gave birth to a stillborn because of that man infection. Because of the man's infection, he infected her. That wasn't just the only case. At some point, they moved to the UK. He did not stop. He did not stop. It was a sad story. It was a sad story. And this lady was portraying the man to be a good man, a handsome man, like hands-on. Yeah, hands-on man. He was like the videos they put out, you would see him assisting. But when she came out to talk about divorce and mentioned that, sorry, we have a plane. The airport is close by. Sorry about that. When she spoke about divorce and mentioned that the man refused picking after himself and even after the children, I was shocked. To be honest with you, divorce was the last thing I expected from her because of the way she carried her family, her husband. She was very protective of the family. I was really surprised. I was shocked. She also did say that there was a time that she had money for her son's lunch. This man used the money to gamble. When she found that, she was pissed. And he said, it's not every day a child should have lunch. I'm like, is he okay? This lady borrowed loan to fund this man's master's degree in the UK. The Nigerian women that put up that went on live to tear her down, that I had to jump in. I was so pissed. They were like, "Oh, why would she should live within her means." I get that point, but right, different people are different. I get that point. But I tell you right now, she's doing way better. She landed herself a job, a sponsored job in the UK that gave her 5 years visa. She's working for the government. She thought maybe moving was going to make her life better, and she did. But why are they capitalizing on the fact that she's asking for a GoFundMe? See, like I said, this story, if I keep saying it, it's me being unfair because you don't know the full story. And to be honest with you, I'm not good at telling stories like this because a lot has happened. I've watched a lot of their blogs, so you would find me jumping from one point to another, and it just might not be coordinated. So I don't know if I should just abandon the story. But the way it is, I have it in my heart. It's still fresh. I'm pissed. And there's a particular YouTuber that is not backing off. It's like you've had an issue with someone and then the person's marriage ended. You're seeing it as an opportunity to drag the person, to mock the person. That's what that YouTuber, that female YouTuber that is also married, has children, is doing. So whenever I think about this, I get pissed, very upset. And do you know what? That YouTuber and her followers, they are reporting the GoFundMe. She's asking for £15,000 because she's owing £10,000 that she borrowed to fund her husband's fees and all that. It's just crazy. It's crazy. But anyways, that's not I keep saying that's not what we are here for. I keep talking about it. Okay, let me go back to why we are here. The last video was talking about listening to the man. He said he wants partnership. Maybe I should play it again. Let me play the last video again. Give me a moment. Hold on. Wait, is the video? Okay, it's here. Sorry, it's on the screen.
We eat together, sleep together, bathe together. We do everything together. We're practically in a relationship. So why haven't you made it official?
You want a relationship?
It seems like you do too. We're practically in one.
Look, I like you. I do.
Oh, here we go.
But I don't want a relationship. I want a best friend I can sleep with, shop with, build with, travel with, hustle with, make money with, all that. I want a partnership, a partner in crime. Somebody that if I do lose everything, she will still be there. No matter what. Relationships are overrated. But a partnership, I'll take that 100% all the way. All the way.
Wow. That was deep.
Thank you.
Poetic.
Believe it.
You thought of that all on your own, huh?
I did. I did.
You know what I want?
What you want?
I don't want a salad. I want lettuce, tomatoes, cucumbers, bell peppers, and Italian dressing. Salads are overrated though. But a shredded vegetable medley in a bowl, yeah, I'll take that all the way, 100%.
I see what you did there.
You hear how that sounds?
It sounds like a great salad.
It sounds stupid. You just basically took the word relationship, switched out the relation with partner, but it all ends in shit. See, it all meets in the same place.
I mean, not really. Because when you think about it, relationships don't really last long, but partnerships is a lifetime.
Okay, so they're different. They're different?
Completely. I don't think you get what I'm saying when I say I want a partnership. A relationship, everybody's in a relationship. Not everybody is in a partnership.
Okay, yeah, I like that.
But we committed to this partnership.
But not to one another.
No,
Okay.
we committed to the partnership.
Okay, yeah, I like that. Okay, so since it's separate and you still want me and all my time and everything that comes with me and all my time.
Oh my God.
We can go ahead and do a partnership. That's gonna cost you though.
How much?
4,500. Yeah.
Okay.
And I need it today by 5. I'm gonna charge you interest rates. Call it a transaction ship.
Okay, so that's the video. To be honest with you, listening to when he started talking, oh, sorry, I have someone here. Oh, I didn't know I had people on stage. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I was wondering. I kept getting notification. I'm like, okay, what's going on? I'm so sorry if I left you waiting. I'm so sorry about that. Okay, I have people on stage, so let me unmute the people that are muted, and let's hear what they have to say. Hold on. I think we should start off with this very video. Lee, what do you have to say? Please. Hello? You have a background noise. Yeah. Okay, I'll give you the link. Lee, please. I'm going to mute you because of the noise. Let's hear from other people. That was why I muted you before, because of your background noise. So I'll mute you for now. Okay. Hello, cool as ice. So let me send Big Dog the link. Feel free to join the conversation. Hold on. Just a link. Feel free. I don't know what's going on. It's like everyone is flying today. I stay close to the airport. I don't know if you can hear the flight,
Can you hear me?
the chopper. Yeah, I can hear. I can hear you. Cool as ice. Yeah, go ahead.
Yes. All right. I'm quite interested in this particular topic that you just raised. I've watched the video.
Oh, you have.
I've
Okay, cool.
dissected it. If you think. Okay. Can I go ahead?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry, I don't know if I can be heard.
Hello.
This is cool. Hello, sorry, I don't know if I can be heard if my voice is clear.
I don't know who is talking.
Lee is talking here. I don't know who else is talking, so I can wait.
Okay, Leah. Okay. Go ahead and talk. Then let's do it one person at a time, so you don't become
Okay.
it does not become rowdy. So yeah, what do you have to say about the last video clip we watched and the very first? Let's take it one video at a time. The last. Okay, hold on. Should we start off? Let's start off with the last video clip because that one is very fresh, very fresh. So, what do you think about the last video clip you just watched?
All right, here it is. In today's world of love, dating, and gender wars, you often hear men, I don't want relationship, I want a partnership. At first, it sounds noble, even to some, it sounds progressive. But beneath all this, beneath the surface, it raises uncomfortable questions. What do they really mean? Why are they pushing away the idea of relationships? Why do some people react strongly, even negatively, to this mindset? Let me start by this. This word game, relationship versus partnership. To most people, relationship already implies partnership. You know, when I mean it implies partnership, it implies that there's love, trust, teamwork, intimacy, it's all there. So when a man says he doesn't want a relationship, when some men say they don't want a relationship but a partnership, it almost feels like he's rebranding something old. Like the relationship thing in the traditional sense, emotional bond, romance, care, often built on feelings first. Then in the partnership way, in the modern sense, it's like practical teamwork, shared goals, financial stability, less emphasis on emotions and more on building together. Most men see relationships as too emotional, too demanding, while partnerships feel more logical and balanced. Then there's this thing that comes with them when they lean towards partnerships. Some of them, I'm not speaking for all, fear of emotional overload. When often raised to be emotionally reserved, a relationship comes with expectations, constant affection, reassurance, listening, romance. Some men find this overwhelming or unnatural to them. So they prefer cooler, goal-oriented label of relationship. Then this business analogy that is really funny. Modern men love business terms like return on investment, assets. But you're doing this on whose detriment? You have built all this, you put together, you put practically living together, you have all the features, all the qualities, and she's saying, why don't we take this a step further? Yes, he wants love. They want love to feel like building a startup, people putting resources together to growing wealth, status, legacy, avoiding traditional gender roles. If you want that, give that. But if you have that already, take it a step further. Is my take on this. Some of them avoid
Okay.
these gender roles, older models of relationship placed on financial burden on the men. But like from this video I just watched, she has her own thing going on for her, like you said earlier, and he has his own thing going on from him. But some of them are tired of being, most of them have this thing in their mind, they're tired of being sole provider. Some of them are being vindictive in the sense that in the old ways they were the sole providers, the women were humble and this and that, and all those things that come with it. But look at it from a different angle. People have all this going on for yourselves already. She's financially stable, she's okay, she's not in your space, you're not in her space. And the relationship part of it comes with commitment. So since you have this going on, why don't you just get committed to her if she's okay with you? If you're okay with her, it's my take on this. I don't know. You can ask. We're going to ask someone else. I don't. This is my own opinion. Opinion. No one has a
Okay.
different opinion.
Thank you. Thanks for your opinion. Thanks. Um, Dynamite. Thanks
All right.
for coming on
I'm back.
stage. Yeah. Okay. What do you have to say about the video, the very last one? Hello?
Okay. Can I speak now?
Yeah, sure. It
Hello. Can
seems
I
like
speak
you're
now?
muted. Yeah, go ahead. You have to unmute
Okay.
yourself.
So okay.
Yeah, go ahead and speak now.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, sure.
Yes. I need to know if you can hear me. All right. Okay.
I can hear you.
From the video. Okay. From the video I watched, or you gave us the opportunity to watch. I could see that the woman herself, she wants more commitment from her guy or from her boyfriend or whoever he's claiming himself to be. And I'm not seeing any form of commitment from the man, because every woman in this world wants more in every relationship. And what the man is talking about the woman he can sleep with, the woman, he can talk about all that. See, in every relationship, there has to be a definition of what do we want. Okay, there has to be a certain conversation you need to have. Okay, if those conversations, if you don't have it, you just feel that, oh, you're looking at a woman's body, she has a good face, she has a good job, all that is going to fade away. There have to be a certain conversation. See, love is going to fade along and along the way. What are the things? What is the woman bringing to the table? So there have to be an equilibrium between both of them. What do we want? Do you just want to date, or just want to have sex, or do you want to get married? Now there have to be a time frame for every relationship. 3 months, 6 months, max 6 months. Every relationship that has gone beyond 6 months is no longer. It is the tendency that is going to lead to marriage is slim. Okay, so I don't know what the both of them wants from that video. I don't know whether they want marriage or they want children, because that conversation, they've not had that conversation. So there's another angle. The environment that they grew up from is totally different from where I grew. We value our culture so well. We tend to the values of our culture. And the environment they are, I don't think there are such values where whatever you do, you need to have it at the back of your mind that families are going to be watching you. They're going to be watching every step of decision that you make. Okay? Now, you go to church. Even in church, you're expected to come to church as couples, not as individuals, because probably the pastor in church will ask you, what about your husband? What about your wife? So okay, so from this or those cohabiting, you understand it. So environment matters, and cultural values also matters. But what's most important to me from the video I just watched is that there are certain conversations they don't have, and you don't go into a relationship maybe in the first 1 month, fine, maybe butterflies might be flying on your heads, after all that, you need to have a certain conversation. What do we want? Do we just want to have a relationship? Because if you're talking about partnership, then you're talking about marriage. You're talking about something beyond partnership. Partnership involves if I'm earning, I don't know how much the man is earning. If I'm earning so much, we're going to be having a joint account. Maybe 50% of what I'm earning should go into this account, and 50% what this woman's earning should go into this account. So that will be a joint account that will be sort out bills, future investments, just in case the children want to go to school, to university and all that. So these are the conversations that you need to have. If those conversations
listening.
Maybe this was asking for something on this world. Are you following?
Yeah, sure, I'm listening.
Okay, so these are values that will lead to conversations. And if you don't talk about these conversations earlier in whatever you're going to call it, either relationship or friendship and all that, it will never lead to marriage. So the man talking about partnership, that he needs a man, he needs a woman he's going to sleep with, that's going to be his friend, I think that's a bit selfish on his part. He's not supposed to be talking about partnership.
But there's nothing wrong.
He's supposed to be talking about, this is beyond partnership.
He does not understand what partnership is.
Definitely. He don't understand what just want to take advantage of maybe resources and all that, because it's kind of a reverse psychology. He's trying to use the psychology on the woman. So I will support what
he wants. Freebies.
The woman wants more.
It has commitment.
Yeah. Exactly. So there's a conversation that they've not had. Now they've gone far. Both of them have gone. Probably they've been dating for like beyond 3 months. And they are not talking about a relationship. And
Sorry, the call is breaking. I can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, sure. Sorry, I'm going to your put a time to each speaker because other people are waiting to speak here.
My take.
Maybe 1 minute time, please. Yeah.
All right. Let me just give my submission.
Okay.
All right. So my submission is this. Okay. In every relationship, there has to be a conversation. A conversation needs to be talked about. What do we want in every relationship? Where are we taking this relationship to? Are we going to get married? Or we just want to have boyfriend and girlfriend, that because my boyfriend is handsome, my girlfriend is beautiful, she's having a good job, I'm having a good job. Those conversations need to be talked about. If you don't talk about those conversations, it's just going to be one butterfly relationship somewhere that you're just going to have a nice time and just get to talk about it. So that's my take.
Okay, thank you so much. Let's hear from Cool as Ice. What do you have to say? In 3 minutes time. We need 3 minutes for this because we'd love to hear from Big Dog, and then we also have to talk about the very first video clip, and I have other video clips for us to also talk about. So I think it does make sense for me to time each speaker. I hope you understand. Okay, please go ahead and let us know what you think in 3 minutes. Thank you.
Okay, I'm just cool as ice. I just finished giving you my submission.
Oh, you just finished. I'm sorry. I'm mixing it up. Oh, you were the one that finished. Oh, sorry, you were the one that just finished. Okay, Dynamite.
Yes.
Hello, Dynamite. Can you hear me?
Good evening.
Hello?
Hello, good day. My network has been on the fritz, so I'm trying to get it back online.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So, is it okay for you to speak now?
Yeah, it is.
Okay. Due to the fact that we have a lot to talk about, to touch on, giving each speaker 3 minutes. Moving on. Starting with you. Okay. Thank you.
Okay. So the last video where they were talking about relationship and partnership.
Yeah.
My take on that is, when you talk of a partnership, it's more or less like each partner has a stake in the arrangement. Each person comes in with equal level of energy. So you are all expected to carry your own weight, as in this is what you're supposed to do, and you do it. In a relationship, on the other hand, yes, the dynamics will be the same, but there is always more required from the second person. For instance, now, in a relationship, the lady expects that, okay, as a man, you are supposed to, treat her right, take care of her, do what you can to make her happy, always be there for her, fight for her, and a whole long list of things. And then the same way, the guy expects, okay, as a lady, you're supposed to be faithful to me, you're supposed to respect me, you're supposed to make me the only person in your life. And there is always this. Now, when each person fails to meet up to the expectation of the next person, you find out that, okay, this isn't working, it won't, we can't continue. And then by the time they break up, there is this emotional strain that each person feels. As in, there is this, you feel that, okay, yes, I have lost something, or I shouldn't have done this. There's always this remorse or this guilt that follows that breakup. But in a partnership now, you take it that, okay, well, this business didn't work out, this partner didn't work out, okay, let me look for the next partner. Now, what the video is trying to portray is that a lot of times when it comes to male-female interactions, when a person says he wants a partner, you can't really have a partnership when it comes to relationship, especially when you start doing those things that are expected in a relationship. For instance, as a guy now, you say, okay, you provide, you take care of, you are in a relationship. There is no partnership there. So the expectations of the man and the expectations of the woman in any partnership, as far as they go beyond business, it's the same thing as a relationship. So yes, I know it's a skit, but at the same time, it's a message they're trying to pass across that as a salad, you may call it a different thing, though, but at the end of the day, it's pretty much the same thing.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you. I have another video for us to look at, and I have other videos coming up. But let's hear from Big Dog. Big Dog, please. You're disturbing the people in the comment section. I'm not happy with your comment. Let's hear what you have to say. I've
Oh,
told
can you
you
hear
you
me?
don't speak it. I don't get it. But go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Sure.
All right. So, in regards to the last video, I see the point. I've also watched some videos from your channel, and there are some like points you make which are valid. The last video, I do think the man was kind of like leading the woman on, because she thought it was a relationship. They were doing relationship things, and he was basically saying it was a partnership, as if, partnership you would say is like a business, like between like business partners or whatever. So he's obviously in the wrong, and he should have been more clear from the start. Maybe he doesn't want a relationship, but he shouldn't be acting like he is in a relationship. And yeah, I see some people in the comments are not happy with me speaking, but it's fine. And the reason I don't have an issue with you personally, Mary Jane, like I see why you have this channel. It's fair. It's not. Maybe I was wrong with saying it's man hating. You do raise some issues that women go through. It's very real. There are a lot of bad men who treat women bad in relationships, are abusive, they cheat, etc. And that video is one example. And I wouldn't wish any woman to go through all of that. But I feel like the audience kind of translate those examples to like, oh, it's all men will cheat. If you find a husband, he's probably going to abuse you in some shape or form. Like, I feel like there are some similarities between how the audience interprets your video and red pill content, where
I think
men are like,
I think
all
you should speak
girls
for
are the
yourself
same.
and sorry for cutting you.
What were you
I
saying?
think you should speak I think you should speak for yourself and don't say you're speaking for the audience. I don't think my audience have any problem with the video. Maybe some, but generally the people I know that leave comments, I don't think they have problem with my video. And you talking about generalization, saying all men, people often say all men. When you hear a woman say all men, you should not be quick to attack or to defend. Hear from her. Let's say a woman that is in her 30s or late 20s and she was able to date over 10 men. Her dating experience has been horrible. The people she know, they never had good experience with men. Her friends, stories she's heard. What do you think is going to become of her thoughts towards men when it comes to relationship? What do you think the opinion she's going to form when it comes to men and relationships is going to be like? Would you fault her if she concludes by saying all men?
I wouldn't. Like, I understand if you've had like a bunch of shitty experiences with men, then it's understandable to think like men are men will treat you bad. Like, I've had bad experiences with like girls and shit, and I've kind of had a similar thing where I think like women aren't really like they're not really capable of like unconditional love, or they like to play games, or they have these conditions like, oh, you must stay only with these requirements, and seeing, I suppose, like content which reinforces that obviously doesn't help. And I know you are just spreading awareness, but I think it's more on the individuals themselves who watch these videos, and even I should do this as well, is to not, if you feel like all men are bad, whatever, because you've had bad experiences, you shouldn't be necessarily watching videos and taking it to heart that, oh, it means, oh, all these men.
I get your point. You're indirectly saying that my videos might be misleading. That's basically what you're trying to say. And I don't agree with you on that. You're indirectly, it's the sort of stuff you're doing right now. My videos are not misleading. They're as clear as daylight. So I don't think you're going to have a situation where you'd say a young girl is going to watch the video and think something else, assume something else that the video is not saying. The video is as clear as daylight. So I just needed to address that.
I know, like,
Yeah,
I've
I'm
seen some
listening.
of your videos, you do say that in some of your videos, you do say you're not saying all men are like this, but a woman with bad experience who already has the preconceived notion in her mind that men are bad, and they see all these TikToks of women saying their valid experiences, women speaking about their valid experiences of men who have cheated, men who have been so bad, who have treated them like nothing, etc. Those are valid experiences, but when you have the confirmation bias and all of that, some women, not necessarily you, nothing wrong with your videos, but it's about how the brain works. They might start to
Well,
think,
that's
oh,
life. That's
like,
life. You can't really change it. You can say
I'm just saying,
something,
and it seems
five
like
people
from
can watch it, different people
in your
hear different things. So you can't control that.
yeah, of course, but I'm saying like it seems like under your videos, a lot of women they they kind of make that generalization, and I think it seems that most women in your comments have obviously had like bad experiences and stuff, which would be valid if some men have treated them like shit, but now it kind of feeds in, and that's how like men are drawn to red pill, and it's kind of
Let
similar.
me ask you, what's the problem? I want to know what exactly is the problem, the issue you have with that. What's the problem you have with that? Let's start with from that. Because they
I'm
seem to have problem with it and with women thinking it's a certain way. I want to understand exactly what the problem is.
Because it's not true. There is so many good men out there. I've known
It's
guys.
not true for you. You
I've
don't tell
known
people their
guys.
experience.
I've known guys who have.
Do you know up to 100 guys?
Do I know 100 guys? Like,
That are good. You claim, oh, you know guys. Do you know up to 100 good guys? And what is good to you? Good is relative. What is good to you? You
I
might
obviously
think
know
being just a
bad
provider
guys.
making you a good person, a good man, but that's not enough for you to be called a good man.
Um, and Kendra, no, I'm not 12, and I'm not gay. I would not date a man. But a good man is, well, when I say good, when I know a lot of good guys, I mean guys I know who have had girlfriends, or who would in the future have girls, who will like absolutely adore, admire their girl. They think the world. They always talk about their girl. They always like, you can see in their eyes, they truly love their girl. They truly do. There's a lot of guys who are like that. And the problem I also have is every time I bring up something like that, I always have women who start asking if I'm gay or whatever, which I'm not, and Kendra is yeah, an example of that. But there's guys I know who you can tell they love their girl. You can tell. Like, I understand. I know bad guys as well. I've heard of guys who have cheated on their girlfriends. I know that. And I'm not saying that there aren't bad men out there. But I am saying some women have the mentality that there's not a single good guy out there. And I've also known girls who have been bad girlfriends to the guys. Like, for example, I knew a girl who was
I
abusive
always
to one of
say we
my
have the good, the bad, and the ugly in every gender.
yes.
I say that all the time. So, and I also do say that my space is to talk about what men do to women. I'm not in any way dismissing the fact that we also have women that do things to men. It's human. Like humans do things regardless of gender. When we talk
Yes.
about the people that hurt humans more, men. Women are afraid of men. Their fellow men are also afraid of them. Men are the common denominator. What does that tell you? So women complaining, that means women are not mad. They know what they're talking about. If their fellow men can also, if men can also attest to that. So yeah, um, I did say I would give. I get your point. Yeah, I think you should understand that you knowing 5 to 10 people that are good does not mean that everyone is having the same experience as you
I
are
know.
when it comes to relationship. When you hear women talk about their bad experience, I think the best thing to do is to respect that
Mm-hmm.
because you don't know where they're coming from. And if they feel like every man is bad to them, it is their own experience. You maybe what you do, you pray that nature brings a good man their way so they can change that narrative. But their narrative is formed based on their past experience.
Yes. Which I understand.
Please let me play this video and sorry, hold on. Let me play this video so we can talk about it.
5 days because he pretended to be somebody that he wasn't. And then what? Yes, I got divorced after being married for 75 days because he pretended to be somebody that he wasn't. And then once we got married, he got in his mind that I was his wife. And so at that point, my life needed to revolve around his. Mind you, I'm a successful woman. I got my thing going. He's also very successful, an attorney. He was out in the community. He got involved in the church and kind of got religiousy. But he was a narcissist and he wanted things his way, and he thought because I was his wife that I was gonna adjust my entire life around his. He went to his house, stopped cooking mess. Me, well, you could come to my house and clean it up. Mind you, we hadn't even had the opportunity to move together yet, but I just started to see him for who he truly was. Like, they started all off, and I knew they wasn't gonna get any better. Like, I don't condone staying in marriages thinking that it's gonna get better. If that person shows you very early on who they are in that marriage, leave, because it wasn't me. I wasn't gonna draw that out. Like, I wasn't gonna draw that out. And I actually asked him to out of the he's an attorney, and he didn't, right? Because he probably wanted to stay married, but I ended up filing for the divorce after 75 days. Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's the video. I just needed to remind everyone of what the video was about. For those of us that missed it, I'm sorry about this barking dog. It's getting on my nerves. Anyways, I just needed to remind everyone what the video was about. So let's start off with Big Dog. Please, 3 minutes. What do you think about this video? What do you have to say? Getting divorced after 75 days of marriage over the fact that the man asked you to do domestic chores. What do you think about that?
So I was away from the computer for a bit, but again, from what you said about 75 days after the man asking to do domestic chores, I didn't watch the whole video, only the bit about 75 days.
Okay, I'll come back to you. You can move it backward and watch it.
Okay.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Come back to you. Dynamite. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Hello? Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, please. What do you think about the video?
To be honest, I don't even know what to say.
You have
Marriage has to
you
do
have a
with
sound in your background.
okay. Okay. The thing is, when someone decides to get married, they must have thought about it. They must have taken some time to really study their partner. That way, they don't get blindsided by the person's attitude or whatever it is they think. Now, from what she said, he started making certain changes. And getting married now, you now say, okay, you need to. One thing I understand about this whole thing is there was this lack of understanding between the two persons and an unwillingness to make it work. That's why that's the long and short of the whole matter. If really she wanted to make it work, you just have to call your partner. You sit down and you talk about it. Look, this is not my strong suit. I'm not used to this. We have to look for a way around it. Like I know a couple where the wife, she doesn't cook. She cooks, but she doesn't clean. She doesn't do laundry. She doesn't do chores. The husband, on the other hand, he does all these things. He leaves the cooking for her. When she wants to cook, she cooks up a storm. As in, she cooks and she cooks. And then when she's done cooking, he goes in and he takes care of the dishes. But when they start having children, he now employed a maid to do these things, to assist around the house. It all boils down to understanding. I mean, you're married, so I can, as a husband, I can ask you, okay, do this for me. If it's not okay with you, there is nothing wrong in saying, okay, I'm not comfortable with doing this. Can't we find another way? Instead of just saying, okay, it's a bad habit, it won't work out, I just opt out of marriage. It shows that one, the person is not mature emotionally, psychologically, and he or she is not ready to do any kind of work. They're not ready to put in the work to ensure that this thing lasts for long. Our parents in those days,
No,
yes.
I don't like those days stuff because women
Okay.
of those were
Yes,
muted. They were
times
not.
evolve, knowledge has come in, yes, But the reason why I keep making reference to the past, there's a popular saying that those who do not take note of the past or mistakes of the past are doomed to repeat them. So there are certain things that were done in the past. If you watch marriages that lasted for 40, 50, 60 years, you find out that there are things, sacrifices were made between both partners.
No,
There were times where,
no, I don't agree with you. Women make most of the sacrifices. If you take money out of the equation, what else? What else
no,
does a man bring to the relationship that is very tangible? What I'm trying to say
okay,
is this: I'm not saying a man's contribution is insignificant, but what I'm saying is that women have more contribution compared to what men do in relationship if we take money out of the equation. You cannot equate mental load to physical cash, to money. You cannot equate the labor pain, the pregnancy journey to money. No, you can't. They can never be on the same level. You can't equate running the family, running the home, the house, your invisible labor to physical cash. No. And let me say this, the reason why the man, I think so, I might be wrong, but the reason why I think the man felt like it was okay for him to be demanding all that is his mindset. Many men out there have been told that get married and your life will be fixed. If you're struggling, get married. If you've made it in life, get married. It's more like go get yourself a slave, a maid, to put your life together for you. And many Christian men think that getting a wife means I'm getting a partner, not a partner, a helpmate to come help fix my life for me. I often hear them argue and say women were created for men to help men achieve their goal, to make men's life easier for them. So many men get into relationship with that mentality, and they automatically become entitled to women's services. If he
Hmm.
were, if he was a partner to her, and saw her as a partner, as a human, and he respects her, he would not automatically be feeling entitled and demanding that from her. Is disrespectful. How would you demand that from someone you respect? Let's say this is a business. Okay, it's not business, but let's say this is a business relationship, like a partnership business in the real world. Isn't that disrespectful? Expecting a grown person because people are married to come clean and and the fact that you people are not even staying under the same roof makes it worse.
Hmm. Wow. Um. Hmm. To answer what you said, based on the points you've made, if you take money out of the relationship, the other things that men provide security. Men also, when you talk
So
of
many
security,
people
now I'm not
get
talking
robbed
about
every
just maybe someone coming to, attack the family. Even the mere fact that a woman has a man in her life, it keeps a lot of people who are just there to like take advantage of her at bay. When they say, "Oh, that lady's
It's the
married," they say,
society.
"Okay, yes," but that's what. See,
It's the society that treats it that way.
society is what differentiates humans from animals. Especially, yes,
No,
if you
see,
look at animal culture,
wait, hold on.
yes,
No, no, I'm
yeah,
not sorry. When I say no, yeah, I'm not dismissing
uh,
what you said, but what I'm trying to say when I say no, this is when I said no, this is what I meant.
okay.
Society can be structured better to include everyone in that society. Women are not really included in the society we live in. You often hear people say it's a man's world. When the society was structured, men were the people in front. Things they did for women came as afterthought. So
Not really true. Yes,
okay.
you have a point. Now, okay, I want to ask you a question. Huh? You say it's more like it was an afterthought when men created society. The average man, even the ones who don't work out, huh, we can how will I put it? We can take a lot of stress, physical stress, environmental stress, and we don't break down easily. We may not be able to multitask. Yes, that is true. Because men, we are always goal oriented. We focus on the task and we try to make it work. So everything we do in life as men is to make things easier, better, more conducive for the family structure, which includes the women. If we left women to their own devices, and men, okay, say, okay, let's just create a borderline. Men on this side, women on this side. A lot of the technological advances and in science, in arts, you find out that women won't really be able to achieve a lot of them. I'm not saying they
I
won't.
don't
There are
agree
people,
with
there are
you. When
women.
it comes no, when it comes to mental, when it comes
Uh-huh.
to reason, the whole mental capacity or your mental ability, men and women can do that. But when it comes to physical, you can talk more about okay, men have more physical strength than women do. Not, but
Yes.
although we do have some women that have more physical strength than men do, but in general, men have more physical strength than women do. But when it comes to the mental part, no, I don't agree with that conversation.
90% of every invention used
No, men are good at stealing that from women. A woman would invent, they
to
will take it. Because in the past,
10% of
women had no voice. So how then are you then going to find out if a woman was the one that originally invented it? When the society was structured in a way that a woman can only be seen and not heard, and you must be under a man for you to be noticed. If you have no name tag, a name tag that is from a man, no one is going to pay attention to you or even look your way. You're almost invisible. So just look at it. How then do you expect a woman to be recognized in a society like that?
by her achievements.
That's
Okay,
what I'm
we've
saying.
heard of
Even if she
we
had
okay now we've
achieved
heard of
and she
we
had invented, the chances of the man stealing it from her is high because no one is going to listen to her. You're nobody until you have a man. And when you have a man, you still have no voice. You have to be underneath that man. He has to be the one speaking for you. He has to be your mouthpiece.
okay. You said something. Um, when it comes to you said when it comes to physical prowess and strength, men are built in that area. When it comes to mental capacity, women are more superior, or at least they
I
are
didn't
better
say
at that.
I
Okay, I
didn't
didn't
say
say
they are
yeah,
more.
not superior. Yeah. I said that women are when it comes to mental activities, they're actually very very good at that. Uh, Now, men are more logical in their task in everything. Why do I say that? We always like to solve problems. So, for instance, e- even the movement of women rights and the rest, if you take your time and you check history, you find out that as the women were trying to push for their freedom to be heard, there were men also that ensured that this thing came to pass.
Those are just a small population of men. We always say everyone cannot be bad. Everyone is not bad. So I guess the men that saw the need to do that were the men that understood women and understood what women were saying. So we can't use that, blow it out of proportion and say, oh, because of that little subset of men means men were also assisting. Many men don't like the fact that women had voices. They don't like the fact that women are independent. They hate it because they've lost control. So when it comes
All
to
right.
the whole
Can I come in
protection
here?
stuff here, when it comes to the whole protection conversation, who are men protecting us from? Men. So men they create a problem and they also want to solve it. They create a problem and they want to solve it. Who are they protecting us from? Men. How often do you hear women tormenting people, robbing people? Women do, but it's not as common as men do. So it means there's a problem with that gender. How often do men protect women from women?
Hello, can I interject?
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
Okay, so I think there's a little digression here. Okay, and I don't agree with you on some. I don't agree with you on some parts, on some of the things you mentioned, and I also think you are kind of tilting towards feminism, and I don't want. That's the impression you are trying to give to
It's
me, but I don't want to
feminism.
think.
Feminism
I
has
don't want to
different
tilt towards it.
level. Yeah, it's feminism. It is. I'm speaking of. We are all speaking of
Yeah.
for
So
women.
that's the impression
So
you're
there's
giving.
nothing wrong with it.
No. Okay.
Feminism does not mean
And
man hate. Okay, I'm
All right.
listening.
So yeah, I want us to create a balance here. Okay, that's my view because that's the essence why we are here. You gave us a video to watch. We watched the video, and the context is let's talk about the video. And if we are going towards a gender that has problems, which you mentioned that whether you are trying to look at gender that has a problem, I don't think we are going to have a constructive conversation here. So what we are trying to do is we are trying to have a sane conversation where we will shape a sane environment that we live in, where couples are going to have a decent environment, even beyond living a decent environment, fruitful marriage, that will be a model for the society. All right. So in view of all that, I don't want us to talk about a certain gender that has issues, what is men protecting, and all that and all that. That's going to hurt a lot because
Because it's the truth.
No, don't tilt towards that. I don't want you to tilt towards that because
Wait, hold on. I'm
it
trying to
seems
get
you
something.
have
Wait, you're feeling
a
uncomfortable with the
standpoint
conversation.
on a little bit. No, I'm not.
So what he's trying
No,
to say is
hold
that
on.
what he's trying to say is
That's
that
not what I'm saying.
we should
I'm trying to
create
create
like
a
a
balance here,
balance.
and I don't.
Yeah.
No, hold on. Okay, a balance, not trying to point towards a certain gender that has a certain blame or a certain fault. See, if you're trying to look at how the whole world was framed, how God created the whole world, is a men's world, okay? And I don't want to talk about that. The world is evolving. Things has changed.
I
There are
don't agree
trends,
that God made it a
okay?
men's world,
Women
but
are holding,
men made it men's
are
world, not God.
MDs. Oh, hold on. It's a man's world. If you take a look at it, don't drag it.
But
Don't try
yeah,
to
I'm
drag
not
it. If you are dragging it,
arguing that with you. I'm saying that I'm not in agreement with what you said that God made it. No, not God.
I'm not see.
Men made it
I'm also
so,
see.
not
I'm
God.
also no. See, hold on. I'm also have. I'm a man. Okay, you are a female because we are going to argue about this whole thing, and I don't want it to be like form of argument. Like I said, we want to have a sane conversation. I want to create a sane environment where we can always have conversations, and we're trying to shape the kind of society that we, an ideal society that everyone is going to live in. That's what the conversation we are trying to have. All right. So, in view of all that, okay, our conversation should be tilted towards the video that we just watched. That a woman said she does divorced in 75 days. I don't know if that's going to be the newest Guinness Book of Record. Okay. So,
Can I say something?
Go
This
ahead.
is a conversation. One conversation can always lead to another conversation.
Yeah,
This
I agree.
life is open to different conversation. A particular video can spark another conversation. I get it. That's why I understand that we can derail. We can move to something else and leaving behind what we started off with. That was why I tried to control it by putting a time limit, which I have not even followed. I get you. Okay, I understand you want to speak
Thank you
on
very
this
much.
video.
Thank you.
Please go ahead and speak on the video.
Okay. So, in context of the video, so we are looking at a woman that said she just divorced within 75 days. Okay. First off, I think there are red flags when a man is going to meet a woman or vice versa. There are red flags that someone needs to see or an individual needs to see in on the other sex, because those red flags will always be there. You can't just say this guy is tall, handsome, you know, well chested and all that, good job, and just feel, oh, everything's going to be rosy. See, there are things that are hidden that the eyes cannot see. It is just time that will unveil certain things that the eyes will see. Either through character. See, there are some habits that hidden habits that you might not see in the first 1, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Okay, in meeting a guy or in meeting a lady. Okay, but there will always be red flags before you move further in any relationship that you are in that will lead to marriage. You know, I keep saying this. I said it earlier. I said there's some certain conversation you need to have. How can you get married to a man and in 75 days you divorced? That means there's something wrong. These red flags has been there when you got married or before you saw this guy. The red flags have been there. There must be a background check. Okay, if you are going to date a guy, okay, if you are going to date a lady, the first thing you need to do is you need to vet who is this person. Where is it coming from? What kind of ideology does he or she have? Are we compatible mentally? Are we compatible? Are you there?
I'm listening.
Okay. Are you compatible? These are the questions you need to ask yourself as an individual. Go to your closet and ask yourself, I and this person, are we compatible? What are the virtues does this person have? Do I think I can go ahead with this person? You need to ask yourself those questions. It's not when you've gotten to marriage you start regretting that, oh, I have been seeing these red flags all along and I didn't take heed. It's all my fault. You start blaming yourself. Come on, girl. It's too late. You get it. You know, little things.
But do you know people pretend?
Brings big problems. So
wait, do you know people pretend?
Yeah, I agree. But the red flags are still there.
Yeah, you're right. The red flags are always there, but there are also cases where women don't know. There are also cases where women don't know that those things are red flags. This is part of the reason I'm also talking about all these things on my channel. So women don't know what love is. They don't know.
Yeah.
Sorry?
Okay. Okay, yeah, I agree. But the thing is this, okay? There's a place for vets where you need to vet someone. You need to do background check on this person. Okay, this guy said he likes me. Let me do background check on him or her. Okay, then you start making background checks, start checking up on this person, you know, without the person knowing, start doing background check before you now say, oh, I am ready to get married to this person. All right. It's not because he's saying good words to you, because he buys you gifts. Then you start thinking, oh, this guy is the right guy for me. See, the nigga the dude that just finished having a steak said something. He said, men are logical. Yes, true. Men are logical. We are logical in reasoning. Women are emotional in reasoning.
No,
sometimes.
That's a package lie. No, I don't agree that they say that.
Lie. That's a fact.
How do you prove that?
Just let me have my say. Don't worry. I'm going to give you 1,001 facts. 1,001 facts if you want that. Okay. Now, in talking about this video, some certain red flags the woman didn't see that led to these 75 days of divorce. Okay. Maybe she's been diverted in her mind. She has been diverted or distracted by certain things just made her to believe that he is the right man for me. Okay. And when you're talking about marriage is not a child's play. Marriage is not for immature folks, regardless of your age. If you're not ready for marriage, don't abuse marriage. Okay. You can be in a relationship You can go your separate ways, but not in marriage. God did not institute marriage for one to be separated. Okay?
I disagree with
Marriage
that
is meant to be
statement.
productive. Okay?
Productive in what
I said
way?
marriage is
Please,
meant
can
to be
you be
productive.
in what
Very
way?
good question. Very good question. Okay, good. Now, when you decide that, oh, this is the man I'm going to get married to, when you start doing things together, it's going to be fruitful. You're going to bear children. Your children are going to grow. Okay, they're going to go to school. They will get educated.
So
They'll start
that's
doing things.
the
They'll start
product you're
having
talking about.
their own businesses and all that. Then they'll start expanding. That's part of it.
So that's the product. That's the focus.
That's not just it. I'm just giving an angle. Okay, I'm just
Okay.
giving an angle about it. We're talking about fruitfulness. That's touching some areas. I don't want to talk so much about it because of the time. Okay, so the other guys who have what to say.
Okay,
So let me
so I
just
can
give my final
okay,
submission.
finish. Oh, okay.
So what I'm saying in essence is this, in line with the video. You want to interject? Go ahead.
No, you say you're going to give your final stuff, so I'm listening.
Okay, so my submission is this, that before one gets into a relationship or in the midst of relationship, there are certain red flags. Even if those red flags don't seem to be visible, okay, why not do your vets to understand if this man or this lady, he or she is pretending? You have to vet. You have to do your background checks. When you do your background checks, then you find out that, oh, if he or she is married, or you get to know, you get those answers to yourself. Then you can make your decision on going into marriage. Marriage is not for everybody. Okay, there's a reason why God instituted marriage. So everyone has an ideology of what he thinks about marriage. But if two people are coming together to say that, oh, we want to be couples, I want to get married, there's nothing wrong with that. As long as both parties are compatible with each other, they both vetted themselves. They've seen that, oh, we have nothing to lose, we have nothing to hide. Do you get it? Of course, they can go ahead and they get blessed, while by a pastor or whatever means they're going to get married to. So I think both parties, either the male or the female, should do a background check on each other. All right, without both parties knowing. You need to know where he's coming from. You need to know about his ideology. What does he think? Does he think in line in the same way I think, or similar to the same way I think? So some certain things will not cause a kind of suspicion. When when you get married, you start having this suspicion about a male or a female. Start that at the level of relationship, so it won't lead to marriage. Thank you very much.
Okay, can I say something? Number one, yeah,
Yeah, go ahead.
I don't
Listen.
agree with a lot of things you said. The fact that you said
All
you
right.
spoke about the product, it's about being productive. It seems like it's about multiplication. That's the main aim for getting married for a lot of men. They'll tell you they need to get married so they can keep their lineage going. Some men want to get married because they
They can do what?
keep their lineage going. Some men want to get married because they want to have access to sex, constant access to sex. They want to get married because they want free need, free help without payment. You also spoke about um, you spoke about something I don't agree with. Um, sorry, I can't remember that. You spoke about something I don't agree with. You spoke about God making the world men's world. I don't agree with that. You spoke about
I didn't say
divorce not being.
God created the
You
world to
said
be a man's world.
okay.
I didn't say
You,
God created the world. I said when God, hold on. I think you need to get it right. What I'm saying. I said when God created the world, when He created man, Okay, the first person created was man. All right, I'm only trying to give a perspective.
According to the
Not,
Bible, we're
I'm
not there.
not trying
So
to be. Hold on. Should we start talking about the Bible now? Should we go there?
I don't believe in the Bible, so let's start from there. Who wrote the Bible?
Okay,
We can begin from there.
Okay, I think now I know where you're coming from. All right, since you don't believe about the Bible, now I know where you're coming from, because where I am coming from is quite different from where you're coming from. So there might be a kind of a whole lot of disagreements.
I'm coming from a point
in
of
terms of where
humanity,
you're coming from, your
not
beliefs.
doctrine.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Good.
Okay.
I don't believe in doctrines, so I'm not talking from the perspective of doctrines.
If you're religious, you believe in doctrines because that's what governs them.
I don't believe. No. If I'm a Christian, does not mean I follow doctrine. Okay, so
you don't go to church.
The world is saying, I go to church and I believe in God and I believe in Jesus Christ. That doesn't mean I walk around doctrines. No.
Well, your church should have one.
I'm an
Every
educated
church does
folk,
have it.
so I know what
does
I'm
have
saying.
it.
I understand. I don't think. Okay, I don't think we should, because you don't believe in the Bible, so I don't think we should go there. All right, so I don't want us to have because we're having a conversation. All right, conversation it has to be a two-way thing. You get it?
Okay, so let me say this: you spoke about divorce,
all right, go ahead.
not being on the table, and you spoke about the woman. You spoke about vetting. You need to vet properly. People pretend.
Yeah.
To show you the
Yeah,
level
level
at which some men are willing to pretend to deceive women. Tell me why some men usually bring their best foot forward when they start off a relationship. You would see a man love bomb a woman, call her in the morning, text her, do this because they understand that is what women want. You also this just came to my mind. Let me just mention this, then I will go back to what I was saying. You said men are logical, women are emotional. I don't agree, but I will get to that later. So back to what I was saying. Tell me why a man would bring his best foot forward, doing everything to woo a woman, to please her. Give that man 2 or 3 months into the relationship. He switches up and becomes something else. To a lot of men out there, not every man, relationship is a game. And they're on a mission to conquer as many women as possible. Sleep with as many women as possible. Many men don't see us as humans because if they do, their focus would be more on connection rather than usage. The reason, okay, let me say I agree with what you said. Let me say I agree with what you said up to an extent that men are logical. I don't agree, but let me pretend to agree to that statement because I have something to say about that. Men are logical, which means, okay, they're logical, and the way they operate, they really don't focus more on human connection. They focus more on material things, becoming wealthy, powerful, and all that, and things that are in that line. Because that's what the society has conditioned them to do. They often tell men, go get money. The moment you get money, you can have access to anyone you would love to have access to. You understand? So they focus on getting money. So if you say men are logical in nature, I think that fits into that. Men and women are both logical and emotional. the society forbids men from showing their emotional aspect. Society never trained men as much as they trained women to tap into their emotional part. So what men do most of the time, they bottle things up. And when it comes to expressing themselves, they often do that through anger. They pour it out on things because they were not taught how to process their emotions and attend to it. We are all emotional beings.
Okay. Can I say something at this point?
Yeah, sure.
Based on okay, when you look at logic, the subject of logic, logic has to do with there are always two options: yes, no, if, and or. So it's always one way or the other way. Now, if you look at the way men process things and the way women process things, okay, let's look at it. I'm a man, so let me speak from the male aspect. If we come to our houses and we find out that anytime we open the door, we hear a creaking sound, immediately what our brain tells us, okay, how do I stop this creaking noise? We go into solution mode immediately. We don't start asking what caused it. We don't start, okay, who opened the door that caused it to start creaking? Why is it creaking? Is it the weather? Is it no? What we think about is, okay, how do we stop the creaking sound? That is meant for you.
That's problem solving.
Yes, that is meant for you. Women, on the other hand, what they do is when you hear the creaking sound, the first thing they'll be like, okay, who's responsible for this? They'll call someone and say, who caused this? Why is it like this? What's why? How long has it been like this? Must it remain like this? Is there a way? The obvious thing is, okay, I have seen this thing, it's faulty. How do I fix it? But instead of going straight to this, they will now want to find out, yes, it's on that way of, we can call it maybe troubleshooting, so to speak. So men are wired differently, women are wired differently. There is no doubt about that. Yes. However, when it comes to emotions, both men and women are emotional beings. But whenever a man shows his emotions, people around him, especially the women in his life, will see him as weak, being weak. They will always want to bring him down. So if he opens up to his wife, let's say he's going through a challenge and he now opens up to his wife, the next thing you will find out that after maybe you're having an argument somewhere down the line, she will bring up that particular point, that particular period where he was vulnerable. And maybe he cried, and you now compare, maybe, okay, you are doing this. Can't you be like other people, other men that do this? Automatically, this triggers like something in the mind of the man that's, okay, because I opened up to her, she now decided to weaponize this. Okay, no problem. So the next time he's going through stuff, he will not tell his wife. He will not tell. Even if he will say no, nothing. But he will rather open up to
But let me
his
say
fellow
something.
men.
Do you know why I'm shaking my head? Sorry, let me say something, yeah? You see this
Okay.
particular scenario you used? They use this all the time. Men often use this when it comes to them opening up. They'll say, oh, I opened up and you used it against me. The question should be, what was the opening up about? It's about accountability. You cannot open up and say, you shared your, I wouldn't say dark secret or darkest secret, you shared something that has to do with your behavior and you were acting badly, you were badly behaved in the story that was told. Currently, have you changed? If you're still the same person and if you're worse, that woman will be pushed to address that and also make reference to you in the past because you have refused to change. What men usually tag opening up to be is this. In their head, the fact that they opened up, they should not be held accountable. Their sin should be is it absorbed or something. You should not hold them accountable. You should erase their wrongdoings and accept them the way they are. That's not it. You should be accountable. You opened up does not mean that when you do the same thing next time, no one should speak about it. No.
So, okay, I want to ask you a question. This is like more or less. I know we are digressing. We've digressed a lot, in fact, but I want to ask you one question. Would you prefer a world where men live separately from women? Where men do their thing, women do their thing. They're not allowed to interact in any way.
Nope. I wouldn't prefer a world like that. I would prefer a world where women and men are allowed to be by themselves if they don't want to interact. For those people that want to interact, should also interact if that's what they want to do. Not the world we live in that everyone is forced to be in a relationship and get married. Let people be people. Let people live their life based on their own terms, not what the society is telling them to do. Let people have the ability to do things their own. Don't tell me nobody. The society is forcing everyone to get married. When you go to a workplace, in some what's called it? Sorry. If you go to a workplace, they force people, women, to get married because of the laws they have there. Sorry about that. Because of the laws they have there. Sorry, I have done of this. I'll be going up. I have a family. Cool. Yeah. Because of the laws they have there. This call is not going off. Sorry about that. Sorry with the numbers. Okay, yeah. I have a family conference call. That's what's going on there. So I'll join them later. Anyways. So yeah, you find yourself in a work environment and they want to promote someone, they want to give promotion. They would rather give to someone that is married than a single woman. Is it about the you go to some areas, some places, they see single men to be prostitute, to be irresponsible. Because you're single, they automatically tag that to you. They put that tag on you. So you can't tell me the society is not forcing people to marry. They might not actively come out and be screaming, oh, get married, get... No. They have measures. They have things that are subtly pointing towards that direction. Is it your family members? Is it your friends? Is it the church? The religion? It's everywhere. And then when you get married, it's all about get married and reproduce. Reproduction is the end goal for them. And it's for the capitalist. They want the workforce to keep growing because they have their businesses. They need people to come do work for them. I know they have some group of people talking about how
reproduction is for the human race. If people don't get together, have children, we'll become extinct as a species. So that is pretty much.
I don't think that's our own problem to worry. I don't think that's our own stuff to worry about. The creator.
No, that is the problem of the entire. Yes, he has fixed that already. He puts the drive in men and in women. He put the sperm in men. He put the ovaries in women.
The creator did not ask for permission to create us, so he can still do that. I don't think it's all greed. What's the point of pushing the whole marriage thing and population thing when the people on here, a lot of people can eat? What's the point of overpopulating the world? People here are struggling. People are dying every day. There's not enough
Okay, let's
basic
look at
amenities
this.
to go around. So what's the whole point?
Okay,
It's for
let's look at the issue
selfish
of getting married. Let's look at the issue of marriage now. I believe that we know the animal
Kendra,
kingdom. There are
I
certain
wasn't making
animals that,
calls. I had my phone ringing. I'm sorry. Sorry about that, Kendra. Sorry. I'm listening. Sorry for cutting you short.
okay, now, one of the reasons why the institution of marriage was actually set up is to prevent situations whereby any man will have his way with any woman at any time, the way the animals do. You know, chimpanzees, they don't have marriages, so to speak. So they sleep with any one of them. One can just walk up to this female, sleep with her, that female go to another male, sleep with them. And as in, there's just this chaos that comes with that. Now, the institution of marriage actually allows people to know, okay, this is a family unit. This man belongs to this woman belongs to this man, and these are his children. Now, imagine if your neighbor just walks up to your, okay, so let me not use you as two neighbors now. One just gets up in the morning, goes to his neighbor's house, sleeps with his wife, sleep with his mother, his neighbor's mother, and then vice versa. He goes, I mean, if you look at those kind of people, what you say they're not normal now. They're
Well,
abnormal.
if
They
you
are
listen
sick.
if you listen to yourself, you're just speaking from a man's point of view. That is a man's problem.
No.
They did what they did to solve their own problem. It's sex for them. They are thirsty for sex all the time. So they created a society to suit them. They didn't ask us, we women, what we wanted because they captured us. A slave has no say.
Wow.
Yeah, it was done for them. So that I'm saying, if you asked me, which one would I prefer? And I told you, I prefer a world where people be themselves, do them. Don't force everyone to do the same thing. Don't force everyone to do the same thing. Okay, sorry, let me play this video. Oh, sorry, I forgot to bring it up here. I have a couple of other videos to play. This video is about a woman in her 40s. She felt like nothing was working out for her. So kind of she was crashing out. Okay, let me bring it to stage.
Now, it's like not where I wanted to be. Hitting 40 this year and everything is just hitting me right now. It's like not where I wanted to be. I haven't succeeded at anything. I haven't. God, have I even tried? Like, I don't even know anymore. I don't know how to do anything. I don't know how to cope with anything. And I don't know how to, I did this whole growing thing wrong. Like I'm supposed to be an adult. I'm supposed to be able to handle these things, and I can't handle anything. And I literally am just realizing, like, it's been 40 years of this, and like, it's 40 years of just being confused and not knowing and like figuring things out slower and like not like I haven't built anything. I haven't for this time. I just don't know what I'm doing here, and I'm lost. I'm afraid, and I
know people will have a lot to say about this. Let's watch this one.
A lot of men get so mad and so angry and so agitated, and they want to give you a 10-hour lecture when you say that you are considering not to have children. Like, what is the reason? Like, someone help me understand. I want to genuinely understand. Let me know in the comment section.
Okay, This one, this one.
So you just think they're
Well-
meant to have babies? That's
well,
it. They're just a vessel.
No, it doesn't take any talent to reproduce biologically. The wife and mother, women are the kind of people that people come out of.
So you just think they're meant to have babies? That's
Well,
it. They're just a vessel.
No, it doesn't take any talent to simply reproduce biologically. The wife and mother, who is the chief executive of the home, is entrusted with 3 or 4 or 5 eternal souls.
I'm here as a working journalist, and I'm a mom of 3.
For you.
Is that an issue?
No, no, it's not automatically an issue.
Christchurch senior pastor Doug Wilson is the leader of a Christian nationalist movement that believes in a patriarchal society where men are dominant and women are expected to submit to their husbands. Josh and Amy Prince, along with their 4 kids, moved from Washington State to Moscow, Idaho, where Wilson's movement is based.
Do you see Amy as your equal?
Yes and no. In the sense that we're both saved by grace, we're absolutely on equal footing. But we have very different purposes, God-given.
But do you see yourself as the head of the household, as the man?
He is the head of our household.
Yes.
Yes, and I do submit to him.
So like moving here
I was just
was
going to say that.
ultimately your decision.
Yes.
That's a great
example.
Wilson says in his vision of a Christian society, women as individuals shouldn't be able to vote. His fellow pastors Jared Longshore and Toby Sumter agree.
In my ideal society, we would vote as households. And I would ordinarily be the one that would cast the vote, but I would cast the vote having discussed it with my household.
But what if there's your wife doesn't want to vote for the same
Right.
person as you?
Right. Well, then that's a great opportunity for a good discussion.
There are some who have gone so far as to say that they want the 19th Amendment repealed.
I would support that. And I'd support it on the basis that the atomization that comes with our current system is not good for humans.
And Wilson, a veteran himself, is unapologetic about his view that women should be in certain leadership or combat roles.
Looking at the leadership page for Christ Church, it's
Right.
all men. Do you accept women in leadership roles in the church and government?
In the church, no.
Why?
Because the Bible says not to.
Well, that's not what happens in the Bible. Women do lead all the time.
Progressive faith leader Reverend Jennifer Butler is concerned about Wilson's growing influence.
He is rapidly gaining power. He has hundreds of churches established around the country. They actually literally want to take over towns and cities, and they have access to this administration.
Wilson's highest level connection to the administration is Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth.
It's not organizationally tied to us, but it's the kind of thing we love to see.
For his part, Hegseth has publicly praised Wilson.
Now we're standing on the shoulders of a generation later, the Doug Wilsons and the others.
Okay. So I want to hear from you. What do you think? Let's start with Big Dog. What do you think?
So to do with the 40-odd woman, that seems like she's just lost in life. She doesn't know what she's doing. She hadn't really said specifically. She just said basically that she's going through tough times. She hasn't said whether it's mainly men or herself, job, family relationships. That would need more context. And another thing about the which one was it? The woman that was saying that, oh, this video about the church. Like, I don't think if a woman and a man choose to have a traditional marriage where the man is the head of the household and the woman submits, there's nothing wrong with that if both consent. If it's not forced, if the man and woman decide, yes, I'll provide, yes, I'll do this, and the woman cooks and cleans and submits, that is fine. It's their choice. If it's not forced, if it's both parties chose, there's nothing wrong with that. And I don't think you should shame that marriage if they both chose to. And the church, saying not being able to vote is kind of crazy, but like as women and men do have like different duties in this society. And who was it when there was Dynamite earlier saying that men and women think differently? Like that is true. And with like men being the head of the household because they tend to think more logically according to neuroscience. So and in a traditional marriage, if they work, they provide the money, they pay the bills, then that would automatically make them the head of the household.
Without having a good head on the shoulder.
A man, if he's going to
Okay,
be head of the household, he should have a good head on his shoulder, yes.
but we know that's not the case. They want to be the head of the household because they are men. Because I'm a man, I demand this. I'm entitled to this. I
Would
love
you
the
say,
fact that you said that stripping women of the right to vote is, you were not happy with that. Then the fact that you said if two consenting adults accept that their marriage should be traditional, then that's it. You cannot be sure that that woman knows what she's doing. Religion is good at brainwashing people. They'll make you believe this is the way. And that's the problem we have with religion. They brainwash you, condition you, and make you believe this is the way. When it comes to Christianity, a man has to be the head. Whether the man is retarded, whether he is smart, whether he is drunk, he has to be the head because he is a man. It is automatic. The woman has to be submissive, whether the man is treating her right or not, because the Bible said so. Does this make sense? How about two human beings being humans to each other, making a decision based on their own relationship, how they feel, what their experience is, than basing their own relationship decision on the Bible that was written by some group of men to push a certain narrative?
but I see what you
Men
mean.
are
Yeah.
hell bent on controlling women in every area. If you look at religion, what does it do? It controls women. Women have to be submissive. Women are prohibited from doing this. Women are these. Men are always the ones leading. It's all about men, praising men and putting women at the back seat. That's why people say religion is misogynistic.
But with
A,
Christianity,
a
Jesus,
man will be cheating on the wife. The pastor that is a man, even the woman that is a pastor, will be like, oh, you have to pray. Oh, you want to scatter your home? It's your duty to protect your man. A cheating husband, protect your man, protect your home. Don't wash your dirty linen in public. What will the people say? You need to cover it up. And they will think it's right. No, if that man is a cheat, you call him out and you move. Because if you don't leave, you are endangering your life. A cheat does not change. Even if they have to change, they don't easily change. I don't think any change does change. But anyways, let's say they change. Some people argue they change. Let's sit on the fence, they change, they don't change, whatever. Even if they have to change, it doesn't happen easily. So deciding to remain with a cheat means you are putting your life at risk. That's one. And the annoying part is this: you've chosen to cheat. You have chosen to disrespect your partner. You're doing it in a selfish way that you don't even think about having protection on. I'm not in any way saying cheating is good or should be justified. No, I'm not saying that. Like, since you decided to do so, you should consider the person, you should also have it at the back of your mind that you can pick up STIs, you can pick up all them stuff and infect the innocent woman. So whoever that chooses to remain with a partner that is a cheat is gambling big time. Okay, I think I'm going to end it here. It's been a lovely conversation. Thank you so much to the people in the comment section. Big Dog, I'm not happy what you did. Honestly, you were tormenting my people in the comment section. I understand it was a conversation, but I think you pushed it too far. Next time, I might not accept that. Yeah. Thank you so
Yes.
much for the people in the comment section. Sorry.
It's,
Thank you so
I
much to
think it's because,
Kendra, to SG, to everyone in the comment section and everyone that came to the stage. Thank you so much. It was a lovely conversation. And I hope to see you all next time. I don't want to make promises. The last time I promised and I couldn't meet up, I won't went as far as leaving a community post that was going to show up last weekend. I still couldn't meet up. So I don't like making promises. I just try as much as possible to show up when I can. So thank you so much for your support on my channel and have a good day, a good night, a good morning, wherever you're watching me from. Goodbye.